Hello, it is the 11th, so some people say that's a lucky number. Here's my notes for the day. There, I'll show a little more. I rewatched for who knows how many times. Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, also known as DHMIS. And I just want to talk about how I think it's a brilliant show, yet cursed to be misunderstood and forgotten forever. Created by Joseph Pelling and Becky Sloan. The show is it started off as a web series. Basically, these two creators and their small team of independent artists would just release these sort of experimental, sort of meme-like shock videos on YouTube, one every year, starting like 2011 or something, and they just release no context, no information other than the credits at the end. Their films, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, and they were very perfect in my opinion. They're styled around children's animation, and they use puppetry with animation, with stop motion, with just tons of different art styles all together. There's live action people in costumes, there's puppets, there's Muppets, there's all of them. And it was basically used to show how subtle messaging in children's programming can set up all these different implications for children. Like the first episode is on creativity, and one of the famous lines is "green is not a creative color," which is uttered by one of the characters to show that when a show is teaching a kid something as simple as creativity, it's going to put these little, it's still regulated by the company who owns the company that's going to make the animation, so there's going to be subtle, maybe political or religious or social themes that the parents might not know. And then like there's my favorite episode, the episode on love. This little butterfly character leads the little yellow guy around, teaches him about love, and he teaches him like that love is the answer to everything he needs, but also that he says like love is protected by a ring and it's between a boy and a girl, and that all these, and it basically shows how love is just used for kids. When kids maybe say like, oh, I have a crush on somebody, it's used to draw them down the pipeline of religion. And it all does that in just a quick little song episode where he's just going around, and it's a brilliant show. And there's one on the health industry, and it goes about how like some foods are labeled good, some foods are labeled bad just by the companies based on what they want to sell, and they can instantly be like, oh, this food makes your teeth gray, but then they're like, oh, well, we'll just buy this to make your teeth not gray anymore. And it goes through all these things. There's one on the computers that it's aged incredibly well with digital spheres of being and NFTs and Bitcoin and all that stuff. But basically, so they released 6 episodes over like who knows how many times. People know, you can just look it up. But they released these 6 episodes, and everyone thought, oh, these are just like shock videos. So people would show them on the bus to me. I remember in like middle school, and they'd be like, oh, look at this, isn't this scary? And for a while, it was known. There were like videos like Matt Pat from Game Theory, who tragically a couple days ago announced he's retiring. But he was known for, he made tons of videos analyzing the deep lore of this show. And it was one of the ones where I think for sure he wasn't reaching. It was definitely, there's tons of hidden messages in the show that are commenting on so many different things. But for a while, people thought they were just going to be a series of little odd videos with deep messages that some people would go deep into the lore, some people wouldn't. But then in 2021, the creators made, or maybe it was 2022, they made 6 more episodes. But these 6 episodes are, the first season was all like 3 to 8 minute episodes, very short. Now they're very quick. They're kind of rushed almost. There's not that much time to get to know the characters. It's really just an exploration of the themes. Whereas in the new season, which is 6 episodes, all released in 1 year, only released on British television, but you can find them all on YouTube. These ones are all 20-minute episodes, and they really go into the characters, way deeper into the discussions of, like the first episode. What was the first episode about again? Jobs. The first one goes all into the idea of an occupation, the idea of what makes a work family, what makes someone want to stay at a job. It really breaks down into like job culture and how it ties into like capitalism and stuff like that. And the second one's about death, and it really goes way farther into it. And I think the second season is one of the greatest seasons of television in history. But it's never regarded as that because forever it's been blocked by people who are just like, oh, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared is just funny little meme videos. And they're never going to watch the second season because the second season was never really advertised that well, especially in America. I don't know how it was in England, But in America, they very little advertising. It's not on any traditional streaming platform. It's all the videos are on YouTube, so they're easy to access. But no one really knew they even appeared because they're not on the original channel. They were uploaded by someone else. So I think it's cursed to forever be a TV show that's just forgotten. Who knows if we'll get a season 3? But I guess that's my thoughts for today. Is that, and my urge to people is check out Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. If you don't like even the first season, because the first season is very choppy, just watch the second season. It starts, if you look up Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, there's a video that's like 2.5 hours of all of it together. It's overall, it takes like 2.5 hours to watch the entire run. And I think it's probably the first true internet meme masterpiece in the way that it was made and marketed through internet memes and mass marketing and viral media, because people would be like, they're spreading the videos. So everyone watched the first video if you're like around my age. But then because of that, it was forever cursed to be a meme. So no one actually took it seriously when it came out with its own full length episodes. So I think it's cursed forever to be known by our whole generation, but never really watched by anyone in our generation, because most people never watched the second season. But if you haven't, go watch it. It's hilarious. It's present. It's very topical. It's unlike anything you'll ever see, and yet it's all hidden under this layer of just, oh, this is just shock value, dumb humor, and commentary. But like it's so much deeper, and the writing, even the cinematography, is impeccable. So that's basically my thoughts for today. Unlike yesterday where it was just one long quote, these are just my sort of rambled thoughts on Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared by Joseph Pelling and Becky Sloan.